Good evening and happy Monday, everybody. It's about 7:30, and as I am every Monday, I'm in the office doing a little work, and thought I would do my regular Monday evening Bobcast. As you can see by the title of tonight's Bobcast, it's "What are your priorities?" So let me ask you what your priorities are, and let me ask you also, do you even know what your priorities are? See, I had a couple of conversations. I had some folks reach out to me on Facebook and through Twitter and talked about a couple of topics. And then I had a couple of conversations this week that really brought this topic to light. And what do I mean by what are your priorities? Okay, I've done other broadcasts in the past talking about goals, talking about why you're doing what you're doing, talking about being clear on what it is you want, that you say you want. And so what I want to do is ask you if you are you clear on what it is you want? Are you clear on what's important in your life? I'll tell you a couple of examples that brought this conversation up for me. One was about health and wellness. I have a health and wellness aspect of my business that I work with a lot of clients and some doctors' offices. And I had a conversation with a very good friend of mine that's a massage therapist, and then this evening when I was at my acupuncturist, he and I had a great conversation, and he's a brilliant guy. And so this conversation came up. My friend that's a massage therapist was talking about wellness, and one of her friends said to her that it was too expensive. Okay, and so I had this conversation with my acupuncturist as well about health and wellness. As you can imagine, he's into it, and about how expensive or not expensive it is. And the analogy that came up was this. First of all, I have a client in my area that I worked with. Is a great guy, and he had a large weight loss goal that he wanted to accomplish. And when we first started working together, he used to tell me that it's much more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat junk food. And I used to dispute that with him, and we'd go back and forth just a little bit. And after he had a lot of success, because he lost 120 pounds, and after he had that success, he used to come and talk to some of my weight loss groups for me. And I wouldn't script what he was to say, but he used to tell them what he used to say to me. And then he used to say that he said that before, and now he doesn't spend $300 a month on insulin and on high blood pressure meds. Okay, and the other example is this. I always tell people this, and this is the case with anything. Okay, I'm just using the wellness example. You can pay now. There used to be a TV commercial. You can pay me now or you can pay me later. You will pay for your actions and your behaviors at some point. Okay, in the wellness end of things, you can eat through McDonald's from the dollar menu every day, and you can buy the cheapest of everything that you can find, and you can fill your stomach with chips and whatever it is that you like, or cookies. But you're going to pay for that one day. One day, and I've seen many people in this situation, one day it's going to catch up to you. And when that point comes, you're going to be willing to pay any amount of money. You'd be willing to pay any amount of money to get your health back. But sometimes it's too late. Okay? And that's just an example of wellness. Like I said, that's priorities. Okay? Because this body that we have is an incredible gift. It's an incredible machine. And you wouldn't drive your car over 3,000 miles without changing the oil and washing it and waxing it and having the tires rotated and having your fluids checked. But you do that with your body. Okay, so that's just an example again of priorities. Before I go any further, I do want to mention how to reach out to me. On Facebook, it's Bob Norman. My business page is Buff Monkey Marketing. On Twitter, it's at Buff_Monkey. On Instagram, it's Buff_Monkey. In email, it's Buff_Monkey@Reagan.com. And on YouTube, it's Big Norm 1963. So keep the comments and the suggestions and the feedback coming. I really appreciate it. And so that's how you can reach out to me. So let's get back to some examples again. Now, another thing that I do is I mentor people in business. And many times I've had people that sit and they tell me what they want. It's the same in weight loss, it's the same in wellness. People will tell you what they want, but it's not really what they want, okay? Because here's a saying I want you to keep in mind. Don't give up what you want most for what you want now, okay? I have people and I have tons of tools that I use whenever I mentor people in business, videos or training tools and different things. Obviously a lot of digital things, because my business is, hi Tina, my business is on the marketing side is virtual business. It's internet business. So I have a lot of those tools, and I can't tell you how many times I've had someone tell me what they want to achieve, what they want to accomplish, and when I tell them what they have to do to get it, they're just not willing to do it. They're just not. Okay? And I dig on their why. Like, I dig very deeply to find out what it is they want and why it is they want it. Okay? Now, I'm going to use another example for you. I'm going to give you another quick saying, okay? And then I'm going to give you a couple quick more examples to get my point across. Here's a great saying for you. I want you to remember this one. Don't prioritize your schedule. Schedule your priorities. Okay? Too many people get caught up. I used this one with a great dear friend of mine the other day. I told her that we need to work on some things because she goes through life in survival mode. Just reacting, never planning anything out, always getting bombarded with things and never really being able to recover and accomplish things. She accomplishes a lot, but my goodness, trust me, it's stressful for her. Okay, so prioritize your schedules. I do a to-do list every day. My friend was joking with me the other day about doing that, and I said, listen, if I don't, I'm not going to get things done. I'm going to tell you something else I did the other day, and I told this to a few friends, one who's watching here tonight, and that is a couple of weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago, I disconnected my satellite TV service. So I don't have satellite TV, I don't have cable TV in my house. I have a streaming box if I would want to watch a movie or a live sporting event. My television hasn't been turned on except for one Penguins game and one Steelers game when they played the Chiefs in 2 weeks. And it's been an incredible journey because I've been so productive. I've gotten so many things accomplished because I knew myself, and I admitted to myself that I would get up in the morning and I would mix my supplements and I would sit down on the couch and turn the news on just for a few minutes, and 3 hours later I was watching the latest episode of American Pickers or Counting Cars or something, and I'd wasted 3 hours of my day. So I knew that was something I had to get rid of. And I've told friends that I did this, and the reaction from some of my friends, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I could never do that. And that tells you what people's priorities are, okay? And that doesn't mean you're a bad person if you watch TV. Of course, I'm using that as an example. But I'm going to tell you another thing that I tell people. This is a great tool, okay? I'm going to give you a great tool at the end of this broadcast, and we're almost finished here. I'm going to give you one more saying, and that is that you can have results or you can have excuses. You can't have both, okay? So if you're serious about something that you want to accomplish, you'll accomplish it. Stop making excuses. Remember, I told you in a past broadcast, excuses are just lies that we tell ourselves to let ourselves off the hook, okay? And I want you to do something. If you are one of those folks who've gotten really clear on something that they want in their life, some goal, whether it's a relationship goal, whether it's a business goal, an education goal, whether it's whatever it is, okay, a wellness or a weight loss goal. In fact, just so you guys know, I'm doing a weight loss and wellness event at Montgomery Medical in Smithfield Thursday at 6 p.m. Feel free to message me or call the office out there if you'd like to come. It's a complimentary event. But regardless of what it is you want to accomplish or achieve or that you want in your life that you don't have in your life right now, if you're very clear on it, if you've written it down, and if you've got a game plan that you're going to achieve this, I want you to remember this thing. This is a little trick that I use with some of my business partners, and that is, it's called a negative goal statement, okay? So if I'm going to use myself for an example, let's say that I have a business goal that I want to achieve, and it requires me to do A, B, C, D, and E, okay? And tomorrow I get up and I I don't have TV, but if I did, and I come downstairs and I start watching TV and I spend most of the day in front of the TV or on Facebook or whatever it is I did that wasn't the things I needed to do for my the goal that I want to accomplish, you can use a negative goal statement in that case. So you could say, "Hi, Ruth Ann." So you could say something like this. A negative goal statement goes like this. In that example, today, reaching my business goal of whatever it is was not as important as sitting in front of the television and watching Gunsmoke or Bonanza or The Walking Dead or whatever show you want to use for an example. So, for example, if you say that you want to lose weight or that you want to, like I said, go back to school or whatever it is you want to do, if you don't do things to accomplish that, if instead you get sidetracked with television or you get sidetracked, hi Kath, you get sidetracked with television, you get sidetracked with Facebook, or you get sidetracked with something that is not productive or getting you toward that goal. If you use that negative goal statement, let's say you want to do something because you want to do something for your kids. Today, accomplishing XYZ for my kids was not as important as sitting in front of the television and watching Walking Dead. Now that may sound harsh, but it's truth. And I told you in past broadcasts, you've got to be honest with yourself. Okay? So if you say you want something and you really want it, write the goal down, come up with a plan. I am tired, Lorraine. I just had acupuncture and I'm really relaxed. Come up with a plan and stick to that plan. Stop doing all these things. Stop giving yourself excuses like, I can't lose weight because I can't give up beer. I can't lose weight because I can't drink water. I can't give up television. I can't do this. You can do whatever it is you want to do if you want to do it bad enough. So figure out what your priorities are and start scheduling those things instead of worrying about television and Facebook and all these other different things that folks worry about that get in the way of living life. Stop sitting in front of that TV and watching other people accomplish things that you wish you could do. Turn it off and go out and accomplish those things yourself instead of watching other people do it. So like I said, figure out what your priorities are, schedule your priorities, and you will be, hi Patty, and you will be amazed at the progress that you can make. And don't forget, if you get off track and you don't achieve that goal, try a different plan. You don't change the goal, you change the plan. Okay? So remember, schedule your priorities. Reach out to me the ways that I told you about. Give me some feedback on these broadcasts, some suggestions on some things you'd like to hear, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Have a great evening.